welcome back and moving on to our second segment for today. Well, the 10th UN Alliance of Civilizations Global Forum was held from the 25th till the 27th of November. Well, of course, in an attempt to bridge the gaps between divided societies around the world. And of course, it's taking place during a very critical period of time. Over the phone, we have Dr. Abdellatif Wahba, journalist. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, doctor. So first of all, I'd like to shed the light on the significance of this meeting, especially that it is really taking place during a challenging time.
Yeah, as you know, it is a high-level group of experts. Was formed by former Secretary General of the United Nations, Kofi Annan, to explore the roots of polarizations between societies and the cultures today. And as you know that this alliance at the same time as the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations established in 2005 as the initiative of the governments of Spain, Turkey, under the umbrella of the United Nations. This is, of course, is important at all between the countries to overcome hatredness and also the extremists in life. The convention becomes at the same time with many different conflicts all over the world, especially between Russia and Ukraine, between the Palestinian Israelis and Lebanon, between some rival sectors in Sudan, and another political troubles in some countries all over the world. Now, the conventions will be held by by the participation of about 130 countries all over the world, and they are seeking a way to overcome this effort. And as you know, the report of the high-level group provided analysis and put forward the practical recommendations that form the basis of the implementation plan of the United Nations Alliance of Civilizations.
Well, what mechanism did the alliance adopt in this respect?
The main factors, the alliance based on how to improve the political situations, the political conflicts, the inner conflicts in many different countries. Especially, as you know, that these conflicts, for example, what happened in the Middle East, will leave repercussions over some other countries, especially in Europe and Asia at the same time. And the United Nations are trying to find a solutions for these repercussions and polarizations and so on. How? This is, of course, through the conventions, through discussing the different kinds of cultures, relations, and how to cooperate, not to be in a competition in the world, but how to cooperate to overcome such a problem. As you know, that extremism all over the world is one of the main threats to the security, to the peace in every part of the world.
Well, also the alliance, from your own point of view, how far did they succeed in just achieving more peaceful or inclusive future, especially for women and children in Gaza and Lebanon?
Yeah, of course. This is, of course, dependent upon the international cooperation, the international will and responsibilities of the United Nations, of the superpower all over the world. As you know, that many countries just now supporting the Gazan people, and also called for the international society to act his responsibility against the Israeli aggressions in Gaza, and at the same time they are supporting the people, the women, the children in Gaza itself or in Palestine in general. This is, of course, the only way to give them the humanitarian aid, relief to the people in Gaza. Especially, as you know, that we are just now in the winter. It is according to the climate changes. It is so hard for them to live without houses or to live in tents and so on.
So what is the role of the civil society around the world?
As you know, that many different civil society and associations are trying to help the Palestinians, especially this is, we can say, non-governmental organizations, because they knew what the Palestinians suffered. They knew what happened in Europe decades ago, so they are feeling the pain with the Palestinians. They are trying to help them, especially after Israel tried to prevent UNRWA from working in Palestine. But as you know, that many countries all over the world called the United Nations Secretary General to pave and facilitate the work of UNRWA in Gaza and South Lebanon.
There were clear cooperation between the UN Secretary General, the civil society, and also the private sector. Talking, of course, about the point of the artificial intelligence, starting from artificial intelligence to sports, and how this can be best used as catalysts for peace among nations.
Yeah, of course, as you know that because the Gazan people are completely isolated from the world, and the connections to the other countries, they are using the artificial intelligence to help the Gazan people through their electronic tools and maps and so on. and they stated the completely destroyed area in Gaza, and they are calling for the world to help them, especially in this period as the winter is so, yeah, we can say it's so severe for them.
I think also bringing the new generation together from different nations can help a lot in this respect.
Yeah, of course, because when you call any development for helping the people, you have to depend upon the latest or the latest or the current situations, and how you can call the artificial intelligence to help you in helping the people, not only in Palestine, not only in South Lebanon, but in another parts of the world or another states, especially in Africa, for example. As you know that something like that happened in Sudan, especially after the escalations of the fighting between the official Sudanese armies and the guerrilla groups in Sudan. Now, Egypt, for example, called for the United Nations, the international society, to help in putting an end for what happened in Sudan.
So the concept of reaching different nations in different areas around the globe, I think this is also a challenging part, as you mentioned, right?
Yeah, of course, because you know the places of the deteriorations of the civil conflict. But in many cases, or in many times, it is so hard for the international human aid and relief to reach for them. So you are trying to depend upon the forces on the ground, especially peacekeeping forces, and also the officials or the national armies in these countries to help the people. Because if you, for example, go to some political movements or groups and so on, you know exactly that this humanitarian aid can't be reached to its right place.
Right, Dr. Abdellatif Wahba, journalist, thank you very much for joining us. And I guess with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.